An attempted breakthrough by Russian troops in the Pokrovsk sector has again ended in utter failure. In aerial footage released from the front lines, drone operators from Ukraine's 42nd Separate Mechanized Brigade show 4 Russian motorcyclists moving quickly down an open road toward the town of Myrnohrad, presumably on a rapid infiltration mission to penetrate Ukrainian defenses. This light-motorized strategy is often used to evade heavy artillery and expedite frontline penetration, but this time, speed wasn't enough to save them. From a height, Ukrainian FPV drones had already locked on to the enemy's movements, their steady cameras recording every desperate maneuver the riders scattered trying to evade surveillance. The next seconds were decisive. One drone after another launched with deadly precision. The first blast struck the lead rider, halting the column instantly and forcing the others to make emergency maneuvers. But their space had been closed, and within minutes, 3 more attacks followed, each one hitting its target, destroying all 4 motorcycles on the spot, along with their entire crews. The failure of the Myrnohrad breakthrough is proof that any Russian penetration attempt in the Pokrovsk direction now faces constant surveillance and a swift response. A seemingly deserted path can turn into a death zone in a matter of seconds. For Russian units still attempting to penetrate defenses with light vehicles, the message from the 42nd Brigade is clear. No gap is truly safe under the skies of Ukrainian drones. Meanwhile, in northern Kharkiv, the 13th Halting Brigade of the Ukrainian National Guard thwarted a planned frontal enemy attack, resulting in the neutralization of approximately 78 Russian personnel before reaching Ukrainian defense lines. Footage shows Russian infantry groups beginning to move in a dispersed formation, utilizing the open snowy terrain as an approach route. However, the vast snow became a deadly trap. With no natural cover and minimal camouflage, their movements were detected early by the Kharkiv Brigade's reconnaissance. Once effective firing range was reached, the Kharkiv units launched a coordinated response, precision fire from infantry weapons and indirect fire support pounding the enemy's advance. Any attempt to run, take cover, or change direction was met with deadly accuracy. The Russian formation began to disintegrate, and the field command lost control. In conditions of full exposure, the remaining Russian troops attempted to dive into the snow, seeking cover behind the almost non-existent terrain. Footage showed sporadic and uncoordinated resistance, while Ukrainian fire pressure steadily increased, cutting off any possibility of reconsolidation. As the attack lost momentum, the Kharkiv Brigade completed the operation with high combat discipline. There was no room for retreat. The open terrain barred any possibility of evacuation, and one enemy infantry group after another was neutralized until the threat was completely eliminated. Overall, the results of this operation showed that the so-called Russian offensive attempt was a complete failure, with approximately 78 personnel declared dead or incapacitated. The Ukrainian defense line remained intact, while the snowy terrain north of Kharkiv returned to silence, a testament to the tenacity of the Ukrainian National Guard's defense. This operation confirmed the superiority of early detection, fire discipline, and terrain utilization by the 13th Kharkiv Brigade. A frontal assault without cover in open terrain, especially in winter conditions, once again proved to be a fatal mistake. Currently, Ukraine's war plan is to inflict maximum losses on Russia as the war approaches the 4-year mark, the country's new defense minister said. Mikhailo Fedorov wants to deplete Moscow's forces by at least 50,000 Russians a month, as he set out his priorities for the military. He said, "Management must be built around those capable of achieving defined goals. If people don't demonstrate measurable results, they can't remain in the system." The second strategic objective is to kill 50,000 Russians per month. Last month, 35,000 were killed. All these losses are verified on video. If we reach 50,000, we will see what happens to the enemy. They view people as a resource, and shortages are already evident. Fedorov also promised a more data-driven approach to running the military to reward commanders who achieve results on the battlefield and give Ukrainian forces the upper hand against Russia. He said people who don't demonstrate measurable results cannot remain in the system. His ministry is expected to soon launch a mission control system for drone flights, which will increase the data available about crews' performance and effectiveness. Ukraine will also establish a system allowing its allies to train their artificial intelligence military models on Kyiv's combat data collected throughout the war. Since Russia's invasion, Ukraine has gathered extensive battlefield information, including combat statistics and millions of hours of drone footage. Fedorov said his team was receiving advice from the Center for Strategic and International Studies and RAND in the US and Britain's Royal United Services Institute. At the same time, Commander Brovdy noted the 10+ kilograms warheads leave no chance for the lightly armored but expensive Russian equipment. Ukrainian mid-range drones destroyed 6 Russian air defense systems across occupied parts of Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia oblasts over 2 days, Commander of Ukraine's Unmanned Systems Forces, SBS, Robert Brovdy reported. The strikes targeted SAM launchers and radar installations, using mid-range strike assets at operational depth of occupied territories of Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia oblasts. Brovdy, known by his call sign Magyar, announced on 14th January that his forces destroyed a diverse set of Russian air defense assets over 48 hours in Russian-occupied territory. He reported that in occupied Donetsk Oblast, the SBS struck the following systems: Tor SAM system in Mariupol district, Vityaz 50N6E radar in Mariupol district, Buk M1 SAM system in Volnovakha district. In occupied Zaporizhzhia Oblast, the drone forces struck these anti-air missile launchers: Buk SAM system in Polohi district, Strela 10 SAM system in Polohi district, Tor M2 SAM system in Polohi district. The 412th Brigade Nemesis of Ukraine's SBS delivered most of what Brovdy called courtesy visits between 12th and 14th January. The unit coordinated strikes through the newly created Deep Strike Center. Meanwhile, the 413th Regiment RAID separately destroyed the Strela 10 SAM system. Brovdy noted the operational depth of strikes ranged from 46 to 160 kilometers from the line of contact. The drones carried warheads exceeding 10 kilograms. Other recent attacks on Russian air defense assets targeted the S-400 surface-to-air missile launchers in Russia's